In the beginning, there was nothing. It was impossible to ask what came before that. Because the time before that didn't even exist. This is a story about beginnings. The Earth, the Sun, the galaxy, matter, time and space all had a beginning. That first moment was an unimaginably amazing and beautiful fireworks display 13.8 billion years ago. What on earth happened? The greatest event in the history of the universe takes place in the first moment when there was no light, darkness, time or space. The universe begins, time is born, a huge amount of energy spreads out. What was just a point suddenly expands into a huge space. And then something very surprising happens. It looks empty, but it's actually full of something. It's full of +1 and -1. +1 and -1 add up to 0. There seems to be nothing. This is because the fundamental particles that fill the universe, quarks, raptons, and antiparticles, collide with each other and annihilate. This happens endlessly. When 1 billion particles are created, 1 billion antiparticles are created, and then there's nothing left. But at this time, a very special event occurs. There is a probability of 1 in 1 billion that one more quark particle than an antiparticle was created. In this way, all particles do not disappear, but one remains for every billion created. Without this strange asymmetry, the universe would be a place without galaxies, stars, or planets. More and more quark particles combine with each other when the temperature is right, creating protons and neutrons. These new guys will become the material of the future, 1 second after the Big Bang. For the first time, a seed is born in matter. Protons and neutrons combine to create larger particles, and eventually, hydrogen nuclei are created. Hydrogen is the most common substance in the universe. Hydrogen nuclei are created. This is the stuff of stars. 3 minutes after the Big Bang. Star material continues to be created, but we still can't see anything. It's just cloudy and full of dark fog, 380,000 years after the Big Bang. As the temperature of the universe drops to 3,000 degrees, everything changes. The nucleus and electrons of a hydrogen or helium atom meet and become one. Another catastrophe is about to occur in the turbid universe. It's light. For the first time, light is separated from matter and spreads out in all directions. Light and atoms are scattered here and there, but space is still a lonely place. But after a long period of patience, that loneliness will disappear. Atoms that were scattered like a cloud gather to one point under gravity and contract and rotate inward more and more rapidly. Scene script, 100 million years after the Big Bang. Finally, the atoms gathered into one point begin a nuclear fusion reaction. In this way, the first star, a being that emits energy and light on its own, is born. It is also called a star. The most familiar and beautiful star to us is the Sun. The satellites that orbit around the Sun, which we all know well, such as Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, etc., are called planets.